The Carolina Panthers went out and got themselves an absolute monster at the wide receiver position. Chris Brazzle, wide receiver out of Tennessee. Dude's 6'4", 200 pounds, and he runs a 4.37. That's literally insane. And you just got to think, they literally just got Tech McMillan. Tech McMillan also is really tall, 6'5". I think Tech McMillan's like 210, 215. They're the new monsters of Midway. If you don't know the monsters of Midway with Chicago, they're the new monsters of Midway. Whatever they want to come up with the name, man. But I'm really excited for the Carolina Panthers. You see his stats right here, basically through college. 2025, he really popped in his junior year, right? So you see right there, 62 receptions for 1,017 receiving yards, 16.4 yards per reception, along with 9 touchdowns. And before we continue, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Let's not even waste your time, man. Let's dive straight into this film. So you see up against Georgia right here, we got him down to the bottom. Looks like this corner is in a press. Let's see what he can do right here on this play up against this corner. And look at that footwork, and look at the separation he got on that second move. So right off the bat, right, he's going to take a little bit of a jab, a little bit of a fake outside, boom, explodes off his right foot, then gets inside. And look at this. Corner's playing him pretty good. The corner is playing him pretty good, but watch this move right here up at the top. Boom. Look at that footwork. Flips his hips really fast. Literally leaves that defensive back in the dust. The defensive back is literally still drifting while he's running that out and getting towards the sidelines, right? Like, look at that. That's just really good footwork. And look at that. Gets to the sidelines, goes up and gets the ball, gets 2 feet in. Yes, I know it's college football, but he gets 2 feet in. And just a really clean route and a really good catch. And the quarterback lays it right on him. Let's watch this live one more time. Look at this. Breaks outside. Boom. Leaves the corner in the dust. Goes up. Nabs that thing out of there. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right. Then we have this play. Again, looks like the corner is going to be playing this really physical. Let's see what Chris can do on this play up against the corner. Ooh, a little bit of the same move we saw before. Skinny post right up the middle. Ooh, and he catches it and gets yacked for a touchdown. Look at that. Keeps his feet under him. Look at that. Jab, boom. Gets vertical. Defensive back kind of being left in the dust. I mean, that 4.37 speed is coming into play, right? And the quarterback honestly throws this pretty late, right? Like, it allows for the corner to kind of make a play on this ball. With the contact, doesn't even matter. Goes up and nabs that thing out of the air. Keeps his feet under him, and look at that. Gets the yak for a touchdown. Just crazy. And some of these plays, you'll notice that he literally just like goes up for the ball. And I mean, if you're sitting at 6'4", most of these defensive backs, most of these safeties and corners, I mean, not all of them, right? But lots of these guys are sitting around, 5'10", 5'11". And you have a guy like this at 6'4". He's probably going to be bodying a lot of these defensive backs. So as a result of that, you see that play, and there's a lot more of that to come from this dude in the league if he can really start to hone it in on these deep pro defensive backs. On this play, it looks like we got him down to the bottom right here. Looks like the corner's in about a 6 to 7 yard shade. Let's see what he can do on this play. Ooh, I really like that route, but I really like the way he went up and got that ball. Look at this. This is a really clean catch. Look at this. Defensive back is right there. He literally just levitates in the air. And I mean, look at that, dude. What are we talking? 2-3 feet. Defensive back is on the ground. He hasn't even jumped. And Chris literally just going up for that pass. And I wish I could have got some highlights. I just couldn't find any. But I wish I could have got some highlights to see this dude run some fades, because I bet you he's pretty damn good at it. Really clean rep up against that defensive back, and he scores on that play. All right, let's see what we get on this play. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun again, up against Mississippi State. Looks like him in this corner on an island down on the bottom of the screen right here. Let's see what we get right here. And I really like that move that he does. Look at this, and that's a go ball, and that thing was really underthrown, right? So we're seeing a common pattern here. Look at this. And now he's going to need to come up with something else. He's going to need to come up with some other moves with his footwork, right? But I'm sure he'll get that figured out. Wide receivers figure out that shit very easy. It's not like corners. Wide receivers he'll figure it out. So just watch this. He takes that right. He does that right. Boom, explodes off his right, gets vertical. Literally, I know you can't see it on the right here, but the defensive back, I bet you there's like 3-4 yards separation. And look at this. Quarterback underthrows this pass. Looks like we got safety. Looks like we got corner. Literally, that's pass interference. The corner's literally not even looking back at the ball, but look at this. He tracks it. He locates it. He notices where the ball's coming. Grabs that thing in traffic, and that's just not an easy catch, dude. And that's really not his size right there. That's just him just going up and making a very difficult catch. And we're talking about a 2nd and 9 and converting like that. All right, on this play, looks like we got a little bit of twins on each side. Looks like we got Chris in the slot right here. Let's see what he can do in the slot up against these defensive backs. Looks like they're up against Alabama on a 3rd and 5 in the red zone. Oh, and that was a really clean move up at the top of the route right there. Look at this, look at this, look at this. So that corner is going to have some shade. And, you know, if you're a corner and you have some shade, you'd think that these defensive backs would be able to play that deep ball a little bit better because they already have a head start. But look at this. Defensive backs tries to get smart. Look at that. Up at the top, makes a move outside. Swims right past him. Really good with the hands, too. He literally just swam right past the defensive back. Boom. It's kind of hard to see, but he swam right past him, got to the outside, and look at this. Locates the ball. I absolutely love when wide receivers will lay out for a pass. It is literally one of my favorite things to watch. When they'll lay out for a pass and go and get it, especially like this. Like, that is a difficult catch in the back of the end zone. And that defensive back is literally on his backside, and he just reels that thing in, diving for it. Really good catch. And with a guy like him that has 6'4" height, you have a lot of length. And to be able to go out and grab something like that, the quarterback can kind of put it anywhere in his radius, even if it's a little bit outside of his radius, and he'll catch that. But I mean, this right here is just him going up, laying out, and making a very difficult catch. Look at that. Boom. I cannot get enough of that shit. I really can't. All right, on this play, looks like another play up against Georgia. Looks like you got a trips down here at the bottom with the tight end and the wide receivers. We got Chris. Looks like he again up against a corner on an island. The corner has about 7-yard cushion. Let's see what he can do on this play on a 2nd and 6. I know I can't get him in frame. I'm sorry. But look at this ridiculous catch, dude. Look at this. And, you know, there was a little bit of pushy up at the top right there, but nothing that would warrant a pass interference, right? Like, he's literally just putting his hands on the defensive back. But look at him go up and grab this thing out of the air. And just to realize, like, just how high that defensive back has to get up. It may not seem like that defensive back is super high, but like I said, he is very tall. And just look at the way this corner falls at the very end of this play. This just lets you know that he was literally levitating. Like, look at that. His left leg is up in the air and he's still falling. And dude, like I said, 5'11", even 6-foot corners up against a guy like this is just very difficult. And you see Chris grab this thing out of the air. Absolutely insane. Difficult catch. Coming back to the ball. Boom. Grabs it out of the air. Super smooth. Just making it look easy, man. So, you know, I'm really excited about the Carolina Panthers having 2 really tall ass wide receivers on each side of the field, or however they do it, whatever formation. But Bryce Young has some major weapons. I don't know what it is, man. I just feel I feel good about the Carolina Panthers offense in this upcoming season. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Love and appreciate ya. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I am outie. Deuces.